That's where we come in. Today we'll place Korea through a 3-phase test and we will have 24 hours. If you guys don't know who...
Hold on 1 second. Yo! Bree's in the chat! Whoa! Hold on! Bree, what's up? What's good? We're gonna pin this comment. So if she does come back, she's gonna see that you guys want to see a collaboration. My buddy's in Nashville right now, but when he comes back, I would love to set up me, him, and you on a podcast on BEANTOWN Takes. If you're down to do that, you know how to reach me. To the other people in the chat, spam W's in the chat right now. Spam W's in the chat. You guys have been wanting this. You guys have been wanting this collab, and we are gonna make it happen. Coming soon, we will do a collab when we can find time. Absolutely, 100%. Yes! Yes! When Jesse said he never thought he'd see the day I'd be in the chat, I say anything is possible. I got the same whites like I do. Like legit. What's going on? How's it going? I'm good. We're live right now. Look who's in the building. The Celtics won Game 5. We were going to do it today. Now, seeing that the series is taken care of and all that, we can now set a new date. Hashtag Bree, you know, and hashtag Bree on BEANTOWN. Oh, you guys are the best. You guys are the best for that hashtag. You guys are the best. Let's talk tomorrow, Jesse, for sure. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. We can chat tomorrow.
This is ridiculous.
Call for a personal foul.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
Up on down. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series.
I don't know. It's tough. Tom's up there, man.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 24 of the BEANTOWN Takes podcast here. It is your boy, Jesse Almeida here, back on YouTube and back on BEANTOWN Takes. Got a surprise for you, once again. Actually, there's two surprises in this episode here. First of all, look who's back in the building.
What's going on?
What is up, my friend?
Living, you know.
I know, you've been busy. We haven't been able to get you on. How's everything going? How's life?
Life's going, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've been doing the EMT last time I spoke to you.
Yep.
How's that going?
In school for paramedic, and it's killing me, but we're getting through it.
You becoming a doctor?
Something like that. Doctor on wheels.
Well, you knew the DeMar Hamlin situation and all that, so I mean, we got Dr. Capola over here.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, no, we can just work with it. Alright, so today, we got a big episode for you guys. The person that we're having on the podcast today, she's definitely bigger than both of us. I don't know how we got this, but it happened. It happened. Thanks to you guys on the live streams also for tuning in. That's what pretty much got this collaboration going. You guys requested this. All I've been seeing is spam and get this person on your episodes for the podcast. That's all I've been seeing when I go on live on my post game and all that. So we're doing it today. If you guys don't know, the person we are having on today was a former NBC Sports Boston reporter. She used to host 2 shows, I believe. One show was the Early Edition show on NBC Sports Boston. Do you watch that one at all? That one's at like the 6 o'clock hour, past Felger and Mad, so on and so forth. So she did that for a while, and I think she did like this NBC Sports Central for a while. I don't know if that's a show anymore or not, but I think it was back in the day.
Okay.
So that's what she used to do. Now she does her own YouTube, like for Instagram and stuff like that. She does like post-game shows for the Celtics. She does some for the Red Sox too, but we hate the Red Sox over here right now. I know I'm wearing the hat. Don't get it twisted, but I'm wearing this just to rep my city right now.
Okay.
My San Diego Padres hat's over there.
Okay.
So don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm wearing my Red Sox hat, because it's a Boston hat. I know, I need a new hat, for sure. So, what was that laugh for?
Yeah, you need a new hat.
Yeah, I do. I might have to go to that concept store for Jason Tatum and grab one of those. Those things are fire. Quick minute here. Heather Walker passed away. She was a big PR person for the Celtics in the locker room for the players and all that. We want to give our condolences to the Celtics players, the Celtics family, and alongside her family as well. Our thoughts and prayers are with them, and hope they get through this tough time soon. Had to say that before we head into it. And you got anything left to add, or can we just get her straight on here?
I think we just go straight into it.
All right, let's head to it. The Celtics and Bree Marie D, hashtag BreeBeAntowN, will be coming in to the podcast.
Well, I've been a fan of Boston Celtics for, my whole life pretty much.
First Celtics team was back when I was like 7.
The Boston Celtics became legendary.
All right, so we're back here with Bree Marie D, hashtag BreeBeAntowN, hashtag Bree is finally on BEANTOWN Takes. Bree, what is going on? How is it going?
Hey, it's good. I mean, we made it to the second round by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
You saw the video. I wasn't overly excited because it should have been over 2 weeks ago, but whatever. Am I happy we made it to the second round? Yes. Did I expect it to happen literally a week and a half ago? Yes. So I'm not gonna like jump for joy and be super like amped because that game was a fucking shit show. I didn't know which one was more drunk, me or the game. I was horrified. Give Joel Embiid more time to rest and cry, I guess.
I don't know if you've seen yet, but he is listed as doubtful on Monday.
I saw that, and I think that's bullshit. I think they always like list a bunch of like star players as questionable or doubtful, and then they play, and everyone's like, "Oh, thank God!" But it's like we already fucking knew they were gonna play.
Yeah, right. I mean, Celtics, as always, they always play down to their competition.
Facts.
As, for example, the Hawks series in round 1. Let me hear your overall thoughts from round 1 of the Hawks series. What did you feel was good and what was bad in that series?
Honestly, though, like, I do say they play down to competition, which is facts, but you got to give the Hawks credit because the Hawks balled out. They could have gave up 4 games ago. They didn't give up.
Yes.
So I can't just talk shit about the Hawks being bad because we looked like shit.
Yeah, we did.
I don't trust Joe Mazzulla when it comes to calling timeouts correctly. I also don't trust him at the end of games when he has like certain rotations in and certain rotations not in. Like White should be in and Malcolm Brogdon should be in at the end of games. And when he sits them and doesn't have them inserted into like crunch time games, it doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't understand his rotations whatsoever. Also, why do we have 5 big men just wasting away on the bench for? Like Al Horford is very old. And Rob is very fragile. So rotate other dudes in. Maybe it'll fuck with the other team's rotations and they'll get confused and they'll sub in other people. So it's like he doesn't play part way. And obviously he's a rookie head coach. Didn't expect to be a head coach. I get it. But he came into an already developed powerhouse Celtics team. And he doesn't really have that hard of a job because he doesn't have big egos to maintain or control or manage. Everyone's very chill. Tatum is very chill. None of them are going to flip out. He just needs to do a better job.
Tatum has a lot of maturing to do because he's still 19 at the end of the day. But Mike, what do you have to respond to this?
I was going to say, I do not like Marcus Smart being at the end of the games. Like, I know he was defensive player of the year.
Yes.
But, the last offensive possession of Game 5 there, before Trae Young shot that 3 when the Celtics had the ball,
was a turnover?
Well, he was trying to like draw like a foul. Like he was like setting a screen and then try getting in the way. And it's like if you get called for a illegal screen, like the game's over, you're losing the game.
Yeah.
Like do not start like playing your mind games like that and trying to draw these fouls. Like just play ball.
Right.
Like it's getting very frustrating trying to do his town in the playoffs.
Do you have a problem with his shot, you guys? Do you have any problem with like his shot selection? Because that's been like one of the big things that they've been looking at with Smart.
I mean, if it's open, shoot it, I guess. I mean, one of those things where it's like he shouldn't be shooting all the time, but if he's left all the way alone, like alone on an island, I don't hate anybody shooting a shot that.
That's a good point.
3-point line.
I agree with that. Yeah,
that's a good point. Like if you're wide open, why not take the shot? But I'm so sick of living and dying by the 3 in general, though. So
yes,
that's the point.
That needs to be monitored and limited.
That's the point I'm trying to get across. What are the concerns? I will say, like for example, like I mentioned earlier, they play down to competition a lot. So maybe them saying Embiid's doubtful, maybe that will have them look at the Sixers not as good.
Right.
What are concerns going forward towards their run towards the finals? Because I've been saying on live streams and whatnot, I said it in the last one, if the Celtics get past this round, with the talent that they have, they should go to the finals 100%. So what are the concerns going forward towards this run to Banner 18?
Well, I think that they're bored. I think that they've been, their dream is to get back to the NBA finals, and they're not taking the proper steps to get there. They just want to jump to the end, and you can't do that. You almost got bounced by the Hawks. Like, stop it. Look at the Bucks. They got bounced. And I think they thought that they were going to see the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And now that idea has been eliminated. So now they're like, oh, whatever. Like, there's no tough competition. They take all these other teams too lightly, and what their real end goal is to be in the NBA Finals against a Western Conference team, which is tougher competition. So it's definitely, they're impatient, they're young, they're eager to get back to where they left off from last year, but they need to understand that there's necessary steps you have to take to get there. And that's not going 6 fucking games in round 1 against a shitty team. So I don't know what's going to happen. If they play the way that we know how, aka how they played in the last 5 minutes of game 6, which is the Celtics we know and love, if they play like that consistently for 48 minutes for the next fucking 4 games, sweep Philly, move the fuck on. The end.
Yep. I'd say they got to be more dialed in. They gotta be like, it feels like going off what you're saying, they're very inconsistent with like what games they decide to show up on. And it's I would love to see what a consistent 7-game series looks like from both Brown and Tatum.
Yes. I think they're bored. They don't have that fight in them like Jimmy Butler had that fight in him to do that and go off for those last 2 games. They're just so it's tough because they're so chill and laid back that I love that about them. But sometimes I'm like, I just need them to have that Pat Bev mentality where he's taking off his shirt and spinning it and shit. Like, I need that type of energy for them to like really act like they want to be there. It just sometimes doesn't seem like they do. And it comes across that way. And then it rubs up on the fans. Like, honestly, game 5 was very dead. It was very blah.
Oh, I was disgusted game 5. I was there. I met you for the first time at game 5. The final 6 minutes, I'm glad you weren't next to me because I'm just screaming, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are we doing here? What was it? Like a 20-6 run in the final 6 minutes of the game. And I don't think Joe didn't call a timeout, right?
No. Joe
timeout.
No. I get he wants to have them play through it, but that doesn't work when you need to stop another team from going on a run. Like,
right.
You're just fucking it up for yourself because you're letting them get momentum and add more points and make the deficit larger for you to fucking come back from. He just doesn't understand that mindset, and it really pisses me off.
Yeah, and this is one of the concerns I had coming into the season. Like when we did the first podcast, I said
you did
3 years ago he was Division II college basketball.
I have no idea.
He was. I'm pretty sure in 2019 he was like a Division II basketball coach, and then he got brought on by Stevens and Udoka kept him. But if you're going from a level where it's that not even Division I, or maybe like that 1A where it's like Division I, but you're not in the top, in the Power 5, whatever it is. He's going from a lower level college to the NBA head coach in 3 years.
Right.
That's not a lot of time to learn, when you need to call a timeout, when you need to get the rotations in, when you need to sit down a player down who's even the star player and be like, hey, it's not you tonight. You need to sit down. Stop shooting. You can't be going 1 for 9 or 1 for 10 from 3.
Do you think he caters too much with the players?
He might be too friendly, like too much of a friends with them type of thing. But I don't know if you had a point on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he cares a lot about them. I think he's also super close in age with them. So I feel like
Al Horford's older than him.
Yeah, literally. Al Horford's his uncle. Like, Like, literally, I think that they are too close in that sense where, like, maybe they don't respect him enough because he doesn't really, insert fear into their hearts. He's kind of just like, oh, I believe in you and I love you. And it's like, that's great. But when it's playoffs and shit's on the line and maybe your career is on the line, you need to fucking act like you give a shit and not be like, oh, I'll hold your hand through this. You're good. Like, no, like, make the fucking adjustments.
Like, the Bruins are a good example of this right now. They're going to Game 7 tomorrow. And post-game last night, Jim Montgomery went off on the players saying, like, we need to be better than this. They definitely need that firepower from somebody for the Celtics. But right now, I don't know if they have it.
Yeah, it should come from Smart. It should come from Horford. It should come from a vet on the team that can, like, really give them some sort of talking to and have them mean it, Like, I don't know. It's tough.
I always say, like, it's tough when you have so many top picks, like, on one team. Like, where Brown's a 3, Tatum was a 3rd pick, Smart was a 6th pick, where it's like you don't have, like you said with Jimmy Butler, you have that dog mentality of being the 30th pick. Isaiah Thomas, you saw that. He was the last pick. He had that dog mentality of he shows up every game and delivers.
Right.
They don't really have that type of dog in them, like, on that team right now.
It's inconsistent. It's inconsistent. You see glimpses of it here and there, but they don't have it every single night.
Right. Let's go on a positive note. What did you like from the first round, and what would you like seeing going forward?
Honestly, I didn't really like much in the first round. I don't know. I really didn't like anything. I like that Blake went in for a second. I don't know.
You went nuts.
Dude, everyone loves Blake. I don't know. It's tough because Joe really needs to try other things. Like, I can't remember exactly what happened I think it was either last year or 2 years ago. He may put, who was it? He put, like, I don't remember who exactly it was, but they were like, we didn't know how to defend that because we didn't think that he would insert him into the game. And, like, I think he needs to do shit like that where, like, he puts Luke Cornett in, or he puts Blake in, or he puts Sam Hauser and Grant and just put a random rotation in. And, like, put Peyton Pritchard in. Fuck it. I don't know. But, like, you need to do something different for the other team to be like, oh shit, they're going off script. They're trying something new. What should we do? What do we need to do to combat this? Like, they need to do something different because they almost lost to the Hawks. They did. They almost lost.
They almost did. Yeah.
And it'd be a whole fucking different story if we're sitting here screaming about them going Game 7. You know what I mean? I said it
I would
in
have gotten the FOMO to go to Game 7. So, I mean, I'm glad I'm not going there today.
No, I wouldn't have gone. Today would have been Game 7. I would not have gone. But
that says a lot coming from you too.
I said in one of the earlier videos, I said if this goes 7 first round, don't even fucking count on them going to the finals because they don't have it.
You said that after Game 5.
Yeah. If it goes Game 7, first round of playoffs with the Atlanta fucking Hawks, we're not going to the finals. And that's because the Celtics are beating themselves. I said they don't have it because I conservatively said this will go 5 because they'll give up 1 in Atlanta because they'll fall into old habits and bad habits and they'll, like, let Atlanta take 1 in Atlanta. And then when I was like, we're going to Game 6 right now, we lost at home. Who the fuck loses at home? Like, that's embarrassing. Right. So they need to really, really get their mind right because it's not about talent. It's not about if you're healthy or not to play. It's mental at this point. You went 6 games with the Hawks. Why? What in your mind made you take them so lightly, open up that door, and almost went 7 games? You were the longest first round series in the East. Why?
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't get that either. Poor Janet Jackson having to reschedule her concert on.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah,
that
right.
Was for real. Tatum was like, to make Trae Young cry.
Yeah, right.
Embarrassing.
I think the only real thing I liked about that is that I was wrong about my prediction. Because after they lost Game 5 in that fashion, after they lost Game 5 in that fashion, I was like, that's it. It's a wrap. Celtics are done. They're gonna lose Game 6 in Atlanta, and if they lose Game 6, I don't think they're gonna win Game 7.
I'm in the parking garage, and you're texting me saying, "Yep, it's over. Yep, Hawks got that shit." I'm just thinking, shut the fuck up, dude. I don't want to hear this right now.
I had flashbacks of Trae Young in Madison Square Garden with all the Knicks fans saying, "Fuck Trae Young." I was like, that's gonna be the Garden Game 7. That's what it's gonna be like. Is Trae Young has that villain dog mentality that he's gonna end you, and he's having no problem doing it. I'm so glad I was wrong about that.
I was in the section where he's literally like, yeah, Ice Trae in the building pretty much.
It's so weird because Celtics play better without rest for some reason, but it's like you would think that this team needs the most rest because of Al Horford, because of Robert Williams, because Tatum still has some lingering injuries, because Jaylen Brown just had stitches in his fucking hand and he had a mask on his face. It's like you would think that they would try and get teams out of the way as quick as possible so they could chill out.
Right.
But for some reason, they're like, nope, we'll just play back-to-backs for the rest of the time. No big deal.
Sounds about right. I didn't like Robert Williams holding his fingers in Game 6. I don't know what's up with that there, but I don't need him getting another injury going down this run. I don't need it.
Yeah, the only positive I could take away from people getting injuries is that I see Anthony Davis get injured every fucking day, literally like clockwork, and he still somehow manages to get 5 blocks and 15 rebounds or whatever the fuck he got last night. So maybe it will inspire them to play harder if they have to play through an injury, like De'Aaron Fox last night, playing with a broken finger. They won. So it's like maybe they need some sort of controversy or adversity to overcome during games for them to be like, I did this. I broke my finger. I still played. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. I'm like literally like, do you need to be bleeding on the court for you to be like, yeah, like we won something? Like, I don't know. Like, why can't they just
he can help heal them up too. He's in the EMT business. He can help heal them up.
Please help heal their brain. Like, I wish I could be excited about this win, but like we have such higher expectations for them that like I can't sit here and be like, good job, guys. You made it through the fucking Hawks in 6 games. Like, no, I'm not happy about it.
We were supposed to do this Thursday. We were supposed to do this video Thursday, and
this was supposed to be game 1. This was supposed to be game fucking 1. And you know what? If it was game 1, I bet Embiid would not have played, would not have been able to play. And guess what? We would have probably lost because we need somebody. We need somebody to motivate them to want to play hard. If Embiid's out, it's literally the Celtics kryptonite. Celtics kryptonite is this. You're a sub-500 team. You have your star player out. You're on like a 6-game win streak. And for some reason, the Celtics are, they had 2 days off of rest and they're super rested. Nope, gonna lose. Sorry. That's just how it goes. So if Embiid is out, I don't expect them to play hard.
On the community post before we recorded this video, questions on some viewers to ask. Our boy VYOM asked, how can Joel Embiid's injury impact the series?
Negatively. Shout out VYOM. But bro, come on. I just told you. They need everybody like super active and healthy for them to give a shit and actually come to play. If Embiid's out, they're just going to take them lightly too.
Yep.
Like DeJounte Murray was out, right?
Yeah.
That's some people like to argue that that's their best player on the team. They say that he's sometimes better than Trae Young. I obviously think that Trae Young is clearly the star of their team, but someone was like, DeJounte Murray's their best player because he just offers more than Trae Young. I don't know. Not getting into that argument. I don't really give a shit. It's the Hawks. But
yeah, we don't care about them.
But my point is, one of their star players, best players, was out. That was the fucking time to capitalize and win. And you didn't. Why? Because they were now shittier than what they were before. And you're like, oh, whatever. We'll just fucking sleepwalk through this game and magically win. No, that's not how it works. So if Embiid is out, they're going to do the same thing. Because guess what? James Harden does not show up in playoffs. He is notorious.
Las Vegas last week.
He's notorious for bombing in the playoffs. But you never know. Could this be the year where he fucking rises up to his potential and plays well in the playoffs with Embiid? You never know. Yeah. But you can't take them lightly because of our past with them. We've beat them 14 out of 21 times. We beat them 3 out of 4 times in the regular season. We own Philly. Do we, though? You need to fucking sweep them and let's move on. Because honestly, talking about the past and talking about, stats and records doesn't mean shit if you're going to then take them 6 or 7 this round too, because you're just bored as fuck.
Right.
For some reason, I can see if Embiid doesn't play game 1, they're going to shoot 53s minimum. They're not going to drive. Yeah, the Celtics.
Yeah.
The Celtics. They're not going to drive at all. They're not going to exploit the fact that their big man is out.
Yeah, because there's no
and it's stupid. It's like you can go down there and Brown and Tatum and
I don't even know who their backup would be for center. I don't even know. So I don't even know why they wouldn't.
But it's like you can attack the basket and easily get dunked almost every single time because they don't have a big man. And instead they're like, no, we'll just take this step back 3 that's gonna clang off the iron or completely airball. We'd rather take those shots.
Without Embiid, they have 0 defense, the Sixers.
Yeah.
That better be the mentality going forward, like for game 1 at least, is to attack the rim. But like you said, they live and die by the 3. And that's all they do is just chuck up the 3s, iso ball, dribble, no ball movement. I don't want to see it.
When he comes back, I would continue to press him. Like I would drive on him every single time. See if you can re-aggravate that injury.
I mean, Embiid's been resting for a month and a half. If he's just not playing game 1, then I don't know. That says a lot. I honestly think he will play. I think it's just they're building up that drama and that suspense for them to be like, oh, my Lord and Savior Embiid is here. Trust the process.
Doc knows what he's doing. He's playing chess out there.
Right. He's got the Bill Belichick nickname now for you, Mike?
No.
Please, no. Yeah, absolutely not. All right, so let's just dive into the question. Celtics in what?
5.
I like
should be 4.
It should be 4.
It should be 4. What do you got him as?
I'd say 5, just because you always got to throw that one in that Embiid's going to drop 50, Harden will drop 30, and Tatum and Brown will combine for 10 or something ridiculous like that, where they're just going to shoot and not hit anything.
And I'll be damned if that happens in the Garden, because I feel like they're going to fuck up again at home, and I really don't want to see that again. But I honestly, sometimes it feels like home court advantage doesn't even matter for the Celtics at times, and I don't get why. It's actually funny. I saw a video. Tatum said he likes playing on the road more because he likes to shut people up in their own arenas. He doesn't like playing at home, he said. He likes to play on the road. He likes to go into other people's homes and shut them up. So it's kind of crazy for him to say that he would rather be on the road than at home. But I sometimes believe that. They used to be road dogs. They used to have a really good road record and not so well at home. And I see that. And it's frustrating because as a fan, you want to support them and you want them to just want to do well in front of us. But I guess that's just another mentality thing that we can't help them with.
Does that mean we have to go to Philly for like a game 4 or something like that, Mike?
No, I think we should. I think we should go to the Garden and just boo Tatum until he
oh my god! Reverse psychology.
Exactly. We just keep every time he touches the ball, just boo him, and then he'll hit 3s, so we'll shut up, and then he'll.
Exactly right.
Then he'll start hitting more shots.
I want to say
I'll
Celtics
try anything.
But part of me saying Celtics in 6 because I just know how they are. I just know how they play at the end of the day, and if they get up 3-1. They might think, oh, we have 1 to lose. No worries. So I would want to say 5, but I could see the 6 argument.
Yeah. I agree.
I see 6, but I'd rather not. I'd rather see 4.
Right.
But
it's like Celtics don't like to do anything easy. They want to take the most struggle bus route to a finals, and I don't know why. Like when I saw that the Bucks were out and I saw like how everything was lined up, I was like, this is going to be easy as fuck to get back to the NBA finals. But now they're like, oh, it's easy? No, let's make this 10 times harder for ourselves for no reason at all.
In the game 1 video, I said too, wow, the Celtics caught a break not getting Miami in the first round. But
everyone thought that. I guess we were.
Yeah.
Well, actually, though, shout out to Miami. They did what we couldn't. They knocked the Bucks out in the first round. So.
Yeah.
And they did it on the road. They did it on the road in Game 5. I hope Game 1 doesn't go bad for me for Monday because I'll be dropping a video from that game on Tuesday. So definitely don't need a loss because I had a video planned for Game 5, right? And then I get home live and everybody's like, yeah, no, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I screamed in my car for an hour looking like a psychopath on the side of the road. I have roommates, so I can't fucking scream in my house at this late at night. So I'm going to do it in my fucking car. So let me just tell you, I am so fucking embarrassed right now. It should have been a goddamn sweep. I gave them the fucking common courtesy of saying it could be a gentleman's sweep. But now you have the fucking audacity to lose at home? Who fucking loses at home? Tatum, what the fuck, bro?
Probably the most Boston thing you can say.
Bro, I was like, if I go home, I'm probably going to have to fight a roommate because I'm going to scream and wake everybody up. And then they're going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I'll be like, bam, that's what's wrong with me. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit in my car and scream my head off for a good 45 minutes and then edit this all together and then send it to the public.
I went
Feel
home
my
and I had
pain.
a couple drinks. That's what I did. I went home and I grabbed a couple drinks. I was like, what did I just witness?
Yep.
Poor
And
boy.
same thing last night with the Bruins, pretty much. But
I cannot believe that's going 7.
I can't believe it either. And you don't even watch hockey.
No, I don't. But I had to work the watch party last night.
Oh, yeah.
So I was supposed to work tonight if there was a Game 7 or a Game 1 for the Celtics. That didn't happen. So
Right.
then I had Sunday off because I in my mind, I'm like, Bruins are a fucking powerhouse. There's no way it's going 7.
Right.
And then when we found out it was going 7, I was like, I will pick up a shift because I need that money because I'm paying for Celtics playoff tickets. But like, I was just shocked. People are going to be pissed tomorrow. I know that.
I think they're losing.
You're going to bounce in the first round? There's no way.
And possibly Bergeron's last year, too, just makes me lose my mind. That's my guy. I mean, shit. That sucks. Then don't get it started with the Red Sox.
Nope.
Don't get it twisted. I'm wearing a Red Sox hat right now, but my San Diego hat's over there.
I miss Bogarts, too.
Yeah.
All right, so you have the Celtics moving on from the Sixers. After that,
Yeah.
any team and the rest of the
Good question.
picture, are they worrying you?
No. But Jimmy clearly – so Jimmy's going to burn out. There's no way he's going to keep having 40, 50, 60 point a game nights. He's going to burn out. But I would rather take the Knicks over Miami because of how we faced them last year and we had to win Game 7 in Miami. Luckily, this year we have home court advantage. Like I said, is that really a benefit? I don't fucking know. But luckily, now that the Bucks have been bounced, Celtics have home court advantage throughout the remaining playoff run, even into finals, NBA finals. So I hope that helps. I really hope that helps us. But I don't know. Like, are they just not motivated because of the coach? But it's also funny, too. I'm thinking of all these things, right, as I'm sitting here. And again, I saw a video of Tatum when the coach of Duke, the head coach of Duke, whatever his name is, Coach K, is that what his name is?
Yep.
He would like scream at Tatum and basically like completely like destroy him. Was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you fucking suck type shit. Mm-hmm. And then Tatum went back into the game and scored like 30 or something. So Ime used to do that to them. Ime used to publicly shame them to the media. In general, he would be like, you guys fucking suck, grow fuck up type thing. And they would play better somehow, motivated by them getting, ridiculed in public or, in the locker room or whatever. So does there need to be a coach that does that? Does it need to be Joe? It clearly shouldn't be a teammate because if you have somebody who's on the same level as you, whether it's a captain or whatever, screaming at you like that, you're going to be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, who are you to tell me? We're on the same team. We're doing the same thing. So does it need to be a coach that's like, yo, you guys suck right now. Grow up. Like, I don't know. Something needs to motivate them. They clearly aren't self-motivating. So something needs to change.
And knowing, the Celtics logic there, they're going to stretch out this series to 7 or 6. Tyler Hero most likely will have a healed hand by that time.
Right.
He will be fully healthy and ready to play because of how long.
I'm not worried about Tyler Hero. He didn't show up in the playoffs last year. Okay, he's like somewhat of a help to them, but like I don't see, he's nobody to me. He's a zero. Tyler zero. Honestly, I don't see him.
I like that.
That's a good one. Everybody says Tyler. He's my hero.
He's a hero to a zero. I don't know. I don't see him as a hero. I don't see him really helping them much.
Yeah.
He didn't do much last year. But yes, he has a 3-ball. And if they're all threes are falling, then we're fucked. But
true.
I
heard another one of those. I heard another one of those. That Coach K looked at Tatum and was like, "You're a soft ass St. Louis bitch" or something like that, or a St. Louis kid.
You sent me that,
and that's when he dropped. He like 25 in the second half of that game. He went at halftime. I was like, "You're such a soft St. Louis kid," and then Tatum comes out fired.
Do you guys think that
they should hire Coach K for
exactly?
Do you guys think they miss Ime Udoka a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I mean,
I do. It just sucks because it's like he shouldn't have done what he did. And he really had everything in his hands, right? He had everything. Yep. He had his whole future. He had everything going for him. And then it's like you can't just give people a pass just because of how bright the future was looking with them, right? Like he fucked up and he has to pay the price for that. And it wasn't a league issue, it was a team issue. And it's just tough because it's like your priorities are fucked. If you were more concerned about getting fucked than making a team win a championship, that's where you fucked up. So
it's unfortunate that was Tatum came out flat out and said that he was the best coach he's ever had.
Yeah.
Now it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, you went from Brad Stevens, who I don't think that they were taking very seriously when he was trying to get them fired up in the locker room.
Right.
Then you went to Ime, who, like you said, brought that force to him, brought that fire, and you saw them finally get over that hump. And now you have Mazzulla, so now it's kind of like what's going to happen? Is it going to be like Brad there, where it's like like you said, how can you take somebody your own age seriously when he tries to get you fired up and get in your face?
Right.
So it's
I love Brad. Brad did very well. I love Brad, but you're right. They didn't take him serious. They didn't respect him. Whether it was they wanted another black head coach figure to respect and follow, whatever. I respect that. That's totally fine.
I agree.
Brad promoting himself to GM was the best thing he's ever done in his entire life.
Yes.
However, I felt as though when Ime left and when Joe is kind of new and struggling a little bit there at the beginning, Brad should have came in and helped. He should have came down and sat on the bench and helped him because he knows this team. He's helped build this team. He's helped raise this team, and he knows the personalities of this team and the bad habits of this team. But Brad thought that he'd be more of a distraction than a help. And I understand that, but you got to do whatever it takes to get back to where we want to be. You know what I mean? So it's tough to send Joe into the fire, basically, of what is playoffs and Celtics atmosphere and playoffs being super young and this being your first experience. It's very different than Ime's first experience because Ime is much older and he knew what he signed up for. Joe had no fucking idea. Joe was just kind of like inserted in as like a next man up, second, oh, you're just the second option. This is your new job now. Good luck. So I don't know.
Knows her basketball.
Yeah.
Now I know why everybody was requesting me to have her on the podcast.
I also think,
thank you.
As much as Brad, you want to say, they want to say, oh, Brad, doesn't understand. He didn't play professionally. He didn't play at the pro level for basketball. He's not, a very strong, black head coach, like they're all saying. His X's and O game and when to call timeouts and being tactical
still not
into the
there
game.
Yet. It's not there yet.
No, Brad.
Brad
Stevens.
Okay, yeah.
Brad had that.
Yeah.
And you said, he should have came down at least in preseason, maybe a couple games in the regular season, and lean in his ear, be like, hey, call the timeout. Hey, draw up this play. Hey, this is what you sit down Smart, sit down Tatum. You gotta pull them out and get their head focused.
Definitely.
I think also, like you said, like I said, Missoula came from 4 years ago, I think at this point, being Division II head coach for a basketball team. Udoka had 8 years under Popovich,
that
Team USA. Yeah. Like he learned from some of the best to
best
coach.
of the best. I mean,
right.
So and he had the exposure to the players already at that level of being a coach. And Missoula, he was the bench coach. He wasn't like actually on the court. He was that second row there?
Second row, yeah.
So it's a little tough.
It was like he didn't have experience, but he had experience in a way.
Yeah.
So,
it feels like he doesn't have his voice. It feels like because you're so reserved from being like on the front headlines of coaching. I can't even speak at this point, but you know what I'm saying? Like he was so reserved and he wasn't allowed to speak. And now it's like, no, you're the head coach now. Like it's your job to speak. And I feel like he just doesn't feel comfortable enough yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's not comfortable in the role. He's not comfortable in his shoes. And he's kind of just being stubborn with the rules and the mindset and the game plan that he's set forth. It's like, no, dude, you need to make the adjustments because then you're going to keep losing. You need to call timeouts when you're supposed to call timeouts. You need to make the subs and the adjustments and the rotations better. And you need to stop just being like, oh, they'll just, they'll either, make it or they'll fucking fall flat on their face. And it's like, no, that's not what we want. We want you to, set them up for success. And that is 100% has to do with the coach. Them being set up for success is your job.
You and I went to the Garden in November, and I remember you saying flat out, you were yelling, Missoula, call a timeout, and you were like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I mean,
yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, when we were in Madison Square Garden.
Right, yeah. Oh my God, Tatum.
Yeah.
And then he'll call timeouts for no reason, randomly. I'm like, dude, what is happening? Like, I don't understand.
You might have to come on here a lot more sometimes. So that's going to do it for this video here. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. The link's in the description down below. Also, shout out to Bree for coming on here. Bree, once again, thank you very much. Make sure you go
Celtics
check
in
out.
5.
Celtics, please, Celtics in 5. I don't need it in 6.
For my sanity.
For my funds for the finals, please.
Yes.
Yes.
So, go check out Bree's stuff. Her links will be in the description down below also. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy, Jesse.
It's been Mike.
Marie D, Boston Banner Band.
And we're out.
BEANTOWN Takes.
See you later, guys.
BEANTOWN.
BEANTOWN.